Hey everyone, this is Leo Young here with Impressive Reviews, Episode 12, and today we'll be going over Season 5 of Arrow, Episode 4, titled Penance. Alright, I'm just gonna go right into the review because, it felt more like a filler episode. You know what I mean? The show basically takes place in the span of a day or two. I'll give you the rundown. Um, it continues a week after. Lila comes in and asks, Oliver to come help. Oliver says yes. Oliver and Lila break into a prison the next day. The next night. And that same night, something goes down with Church, and and someone goes missing, basically. Now, that's pretty much it, actually. It takes a span of like 2.5 days. So I'm actually going to try and make this review follow suit with that. Alright, so let's go in. So, it starts with Mr. Terrific on the chase while the rest of the team watches, and Ragman's the only one not present. Again, Wild Dog messes up the plan, forcing Mr. Terrific to get in a fight with the target, and he's getting his behind kicked. He doesn't know how to fight. Arrow saves him, and the case that he stole is actually from Cord Industries. Now, Ragman meets with Arrow and says that he's quitting. Because of Felicity, he does understand that she made a hard choice, but every time he sees her, he sees the death of his family and friends, so they say their goodbye. Now, Lila pops in and tells Oliver that she wants to get John out, and Felicity is not in with it. Now, later, he has a meeting in his office with his team, and the DA shows that he isn't a fan of vigilantes, but it's nothing extreme. Oliver has a cover story basically saying that he has the gout, and back to the DA though. Well, actually no, I'll put that at the end. So later in the day, Palmer Tech is being robbed by Oliver, and Mr. Terrific doesn't actually care because whoever took over on Palmer Tech fired Felicity, and then he quit because of that. So Felicity's like no, so she calls Oliver and she sees that on his GPS tracker he's at Palmer Tech. So she confronts him later about trying to break John out of prison, even though John is already shown not to want it. Now over with the the DA and Quentin, they're bringing the case to the lockup, and in the background, Church and his gang are preparing for something. And it's revealed that the case is actually a bomb, which is wired to go off, allowing Church and his men to break in and steal the weapons from the lockup. Now, later, at the same time, the recruits are fighting Arrow, just like in the trailer, and he whoops their asses. And then they go home, where they meet up with Quentin and Thea. And Church's plan is gone down, or it's going down. However, Oliver is not there, and that basically leaves like everyone on their own. If that makes sense. So seeing as this could be too dangerous for them, Felicity goes to find Ragman, and we find out that this is actually a legacy. It's Ragman's father and his grandfather, and so on. I believe it's being passed down. So basically, there are Ragmen, Ragu, whatever, more than one Ragman over time. At the same time, Oliver and Lila are breaking into the base. And reaching John's cell, they discover that he's been moved to general population. So Lila tells Oliver it's time to pull out, but he pushes forward. He lets one guard find another unconscious one, so they would send the prisoners back to the cell. And Oliver does meet up with John, and John does agree to join him as Spartan. That would be his penance. Now, honestly, that's actually the end of that story. Because during this time, this is actually a recruit story. The DEA and Quentin go and start interrogating the guy that the teams took out in the beginning of the episode. Well, they don't interrogate him, but they're having like a speak, and they sit down with him. And during it, this is when Church attacks to go free him, I believe. And Ragman shows up in the Arrow Cave, letting Felicity give the team the green light because now it's not so dangerous with his supernatural powers and such. So Ragman appears in the building, and he's defending the workers as the others get in and try to move them out of the building. And during the escape, Mr. Terrific is hit with a knife in the back, like a throwing knife. Have you ever seen The Magnificent Seven? That's enough of that. Now, Church appears, and Mad Dog stays behind to fight him. And he loses, of course, and is left behind. So, they show that, well, no, they don't leave him behind on purpose, but it's like they have no choice. The building's pretty much overrun. So they show that John and Oliver made it back safely to Lila, but Oliver is quick to leave because he got a text message from Felicity about it. Now, Thea, the next day, Thea, the DA, and Quentin have like a meeting on the attack, and the DA shows that he has respect towards Wild Dog for making his sacrifices. Like he thought the only thing vigilantes brought to the city were pain and destruction and loss. But it shows that everyone has a little bit of loss toward, or a little bit of weight towards the loss of Wild Dog. And for Quentin, it's because he lost Laurel. For Thea, it's like she might not be a part of Team Arrow, but someone who decided to fight is now like in the clutches of Church. And then they finish up the episode with Felicity in the Arrow Cave trying to find Wild Dog, and Ragman is there, and then they form a close relationship, pretty much like agreeing to be each other's like personal support. Like he won't let her feel bad for what she's doing, and she won't let him feel bad for the loss of his father, and they're gonna go and push each other. This is when Oliver pops up to tell the team that they basically will not give up on Wild Dog and that they will find him no matter where he is. And that truly is the episode. Luckily, this was a short one. There was not much. There was the whole like backstory stuff, but oh my goodness. Oh, I'm not a fan of the whole Vrata thing. Like I was a fan of the Katana backstory and all that, but this one is just boring. All right, it's not John Constantine level. It's not Katana level. It's not Slade level. It's boring. But that's really it. I'm going to go to the personal thoughts now, but for those of you who don't want to see that, I thank you for listening. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share. Put your feedback down for anything I'm doing wrong or anything I'm doing right. And let's get right into my personal thoughts. Yeah? Alright, so to start off, I realized something while listening to the backstory, like the past story flashbacks. And in an earlier video, I said they're fighting Cobra. I didn't know they were saying Cobra. Alright? That one was on me. But in all honesty, it was kind of hard to hear them say it. Like, if I already made it clear, I didn't watch the first and second episode. I fell asleep on the first one and I was busy the second one, so I had to start from the third and fourth one. Or did I see the second one? I didn't see the first one. So I really thought they were talking about Cobra, but it's some guy named Cobra. What gave it away was Cobra's not going to keep playing. He is going to shoot us. It's like, wait, what? Cobra? What do you mean he? Cobra's a group. So if you understand, like I made that mistake. So, um, let's see. Getting the team back together. That was a weird one. That like at the end of this show. How when Oliver comes in and Ragman is like, does he just do that to make him like? Does he just wait for an entrance? And Curtis is like, no, he's just cool. If you like, sorry, I'm doing that thing. I'll put it like I have a cold. My throat's like getting a little sore, but or dry. But Oliver beat their ass, and Felicity even said she sent the recruits there thinking he wouldn't, and they were upset about that. It's like it's one thing for them to like lose trust in Oliver. It's another thing for him to break the law, and then when they go to stop him, he beats them. You know what I'm saying, homie? Sorry, I don't know where that came from, but he beats them. Like Ragman, if he was there, he would have tore Oliver apart. But seeing as he wasn't there, and like it's pretty much you can blame Wild Dog for being kidnapped because Oliver wasn't there to help them. So the fact that Curtis and everyone else was pretty chill with him coming back, like I can understand Felicity, but at the same time, no. Really, that's about all my personal thoughts on the show. I really don't think I'll be like doing anything involving the flashbacks unless like something important happens. Like, oh yes, we saw a bat-shaped creature running around the city. I'd be like, okay, now I'll talk about this. But thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Support us by liking it, sharing it, subscribing, or just putting your feedback down at the bottom of the in the comment section below. And I will see you tomorrow for Legends of Tomorrow. And that's about it. Have a wonderful day, and good night.